So I'm here today with Patrick to celebrate the inauguration of your first Agri-PV project, and it's been a wonderful event, and you had 3 ministers from the Luxembourg government here, which is a record for any kind of event outside of an election period. But can you quickly tell us a tiny bit about the project, and then we'll talk about LuxHyVal and GPSS.
So what we did here is we took a grassland, which was for agricultural use since the last 50 to 100 years. And what we did that we installed a PV plant on this land, which is somewhere in the area of 2,000 kilowatt peaks. And we did so in order to allow agriculture to go forward, to still exist in parallel with the energy production.
Super.
To combine both.
Yeah, and in your remarks earlier you said this will be actually this type of project will be critical in allowing Luxembourg to meet their national climate targets, or even the minimum in their national climate targets.
Luxembourg needs to utilize the open field for electricity production, but Luxembourg can't do it with conventional solar plants because there's not enough surface. It's
just rooftops and car parks is not enough.
That's not enough, and you can't build a conventional PV park on an agricultural surface in Luxembourg because the surface is so valuable.
It's very valuable, the land here.
Exactly. So we need to combine agriculture, biodiversity and energy production in one single project.
Super.
On one single
well,
site.
Congratulations to you and to the company. It's a really exciting day.
Thanks.
I'm very happy to be here. Let's move on to hydrogen, because that's our main connection is through Luxembourg Hydrogen Valley. In Luxembourg Hydrogen Valley, we plan to build an electrolyzer, a piece of infrastructure connected to the grid. But GPSS, you also have a concept for hydrogen production with directly coupled renewables like this. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So tell us about your concept and how you'll be able to use that knowledge to benefit LuxHyVal.
So one of the core things for LuxHyVal is the whole value chain.
Yeah.
And value chain for hydrogen starts with electricity. For LuxHyVal, we're talking about electricity from the grid, green electricity from the grid. But for our concept, which we are going to develop right here on the surface, which is right next to this one, that we will produce the electricity on site. On site by Agri-PV, on site by wind power, and produce green hydrogen on site. So that's the difference between those two approaches.
But I mean, technically it seems quite similar, but you have to develop some very careful design and simulation and analysis tools, right, in your company, because it's not as simple as putting an electrolyzer on the grid and making long-term supply agreements. It's much more complicated what you plan to do, right?
Even with an electrolyzer on the grid and long-term supply agreements, it is already very complicated. But if you add in volatile production from solar, volatile production from wind power, volatile offtake of the hydrogen, because you need to transport the hydrogen to the offtaker. If the offtaker is not situated right next to the power plant, the green plant, which is in the green zone, you get much more factors which you need to consider. So that's why we developed this very highly specialized simulation tool, simulation approach, which we use for the design of our plant, but which you can also use to benchmark and to verify really to what is the hydrogen production, green hydrogen. Both are green hydrogen productions if you are connected to the grid or directly to the energy sources. But there will be a major difference, and we need to quantify this difference.
Super. Patrick, congratulations on this launch of your first project. I look forward to seeing many more of them spring up across Luxembourg.
I hope so too.
And most of all, very happy to have GPSS as a partner in our LuxHyVal consortium.
Yeah, we are very happy as well, and we can learn together.
Thank you.